Good evening. Another later episode here. We had to throw this episode together the other night when I realized that, again, I don't know how calendars work and could not figure out that we were going to do this episode on Friday night, this Friday coming up. And I reached out to Doug and I was like, doesn't football season start next Friday? And he's like, yeah. And I went, well, we need to scramble and put 6A together because we haven't done 6A yet.
It's kind of important to do.
So we scrambled and luckily Doug's schedule worked out. My schedule worked out to make it all work for tonight so we can get through 6A. Once we're done with tonight's breakdown, of course, that'll be all the classifications. And then at the end of the stream, we're going to give y'all kind of our game plan for the regular season and how we're going to handle that. So stay tuned for how that's going to break down. Other than that, let's welcome in like we always do. We'll welcome Doug in. Today's your day off, so I know you've been a little bit struggling with trying to get it going, but I appreciate you giving up your off day to come in, jump on and do this.
Hey, it's always my pleasure. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I spent most of the day just doing nothing. So that time of year, but starting next week, I'll have plenty to do.
Yeah,
all weekend long.
Just while you're at it, if you're a little bit lost or foggy or need something to do to get that going, check out my partner here, W Energy.
Oh.
Okay, they're a partner with mine, and it's a powder, and you get a little cup. I would drink one right now, but it's 9 o'clock at night here on the East Coast. Yeah. And if I drink this right now, my wife is not really going to like me. She's going to hate me more than she normally does. But this right here is a 30-day supply. It's like $39. And you just mix it in there with some cold water. And I don't do energy drinks. You've known me for a while, Doug. I've never been a Red Bull, a Monster, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like the way they taste. I don't like the crash you get from them. I've been drinking this stuff for over a week now. And I take it with me and I just kind of nurse it throughout the day when I start feeling a little, and it gives me a little bit of a boost. No crash, no sugars, got vitamin C and all that stuff in it. It's a really good energy drink. I enjoy it. It's mixed with water, so you hydrate also.
Yeah.
So,
hey, you know what? That sounds great for the post office, to be honest with you.
Dude, I'm not going to lie.
They're always trying to find ways to hydrate, man. Trust me.
Well, it's hydration. It's energy. It's made with coffee and fruit extract. So it's got your caffeine. This is Calio cream, which is like a dreamsicle flavor, kind of the best way to explain it. But just an idea, I mean, it's got 270% of your daily value of vitamin C, 94% of B. I mean, it's just loaded with vitamins and stuff. No sugars, none of that stuff.
Well, we'll talk about it later, man. But I'll get me some of that. I'll try it.
And anybody else who's looking for a better solution, if you look up top scrolling, there's a website and also a promo code, which is SEC_Sean10, the number 10. That'll get you 10% off if you order from them. So just something to think about if you're looking for something a different alternative to the typical energy drink. So we'll jump off of there. So good intro, good talking, obviously glad we can get this going. So let's jump into Region 1. But before we get too in-depth, let's explain to all the people that may not understand. All the classifications we've done so far have been split in 2 divisions. 6A is also going to be split into 2 divisions, except they don't do it till the playoffs start.
Yeah.
Nobody knows why. Everybody's been screaming to just do it now, but they don't. So how it's going to work is the top 4 teams in every district will qualify for the playoffs. The 2 biggest enrollments will go Division 1. The 2 smallest will go Division 2.
Yep.
That's the difference in the 2. I don't like it. I don't think you like it either, but it's what we got. So that's what we're going to deal with.
Yeah, not the greatest system, but most of the time the teams stay in certain divisions, but every once in a while, depending on who makes the playoffs, you might find a Katy in Division 1,
Right.
which they're about 90% of the time they're in Division 2, but
right. And
stuff like that.
When we mentioned 6A, like we've always done, these are all schools that have 2,215 or more kids in them. And to put it in perspective, you can have a school like, I'm just going to throw it out there, Barbers Hill, that has 2,215. They could run in non-district or whatever and play a school like Allen with 7,000. So it's a pretty big disparity. So, but we'll get it all situated. We'll go through the regions and give an idea, of kind of who we think is going to go where in each district. So I'll let you start off. Give us your first thoughts on Region 1.
Well, Region 1, it's gonna be South Lake Carroll or Dayton Guyer. I don't know who else. You have Odessa Permian, of course, but that region out there has the El Paso schools, right, John?
Allen's in this region too.
Yeah, but I expect him to be in Division 1. So.
Oh yeah, well we're just going to go straight through. Let's just go through the region because we don't know who's going to go Division 1 or 2 yet. And instead of having to jump back and forth, let's just go straight.
Okay.
Region.
Good deal. Okay, well, I'm still going to go South Lake or Dayton Guyer. I think Allen, they're supposed to be pretty good this year, Sean. Obviously, but they got a young quarterback. I thought he was a junior. I think he's a sophomore, actually, Ty Snell. He's supposed to be pretty darn good. So, but I think they probably lost quite a bit, I want to say. Let me see.
Yeah, Ty Snell is a sophomore too.
He is a sophomore? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I think they're pushing 6,800 kids over there this year at Allen. So they're going to have some depth.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're going to beat Capel this year. I think Capel is going to be pretty darn good. So I'm still going to go South Lake with possibly Dick Fryer.
That's looking. Yeah. When you look at it, it's a little screwy to do these because of the way they don't break it down. Obviously, District 1 is going to be the El Paso schools. I don't see a lot coming out of there. District 2, Midland, Permian is out there. There's only one team that's going to miss the playoff in that district. I could see that district getting in and obviously maybe winning the first round since they match up with El Paso, but then they're going to run into these schools out of the DFW area, and they're just not going to be on that level.
Right.
When you go to District 3, though, you do see one school that's, a blue blood in Texas, and that's Aledo.
Well, Aledo moving up to 6A, Sean.
Yeah.
They kind of number one, they lucked out obviously in their district playing with the Arlington schools. But man, are they going to be ready for the playoffs?
Well,
because I know they open with North Crowley next weekend, which, by the way, welcome to 6A. My goodness.
Yeah. Well,
that can get ugly, man.
Well, but you can't do and I'm going to mention going back years ago when Manville jumped up to what was then 5A, but then moved to 6A.
Right.
We didn't have the depth to compete with those, and we were playing like the Santa Fe's or whatever in non-district. And Coach Martin said we've got to, and that's when they started playing North Shore every year, and they played Spring Westfield a couple of years. He boosted. So you've got to play some of the powerhouse teams to see where you stand. This program has won 12 state titles, most of all of them. They have not lost a district game in 130 games.
Well, they're not going to lose this year either, a district game.
No, because again, much like Highland Park, the UIL loves them.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
but they did schedule up a little bit at least, because I think they had to. I mean, North Crowley, Midway, and then Euless Trinity.
Yep.
So they're gonna need to, but I still like Southlake there, John. I mean, they're only returning 7 on offense, of course, 0 on defense because they had 11 senior lettermen.
Yeah.
They have to replace Brock Boyd, a 5-star wide receiver at Ohio State.
Yep.
Who's going to play this year. But you know what? Who they got? They got Des Bryant Jr.
Yeah.
I might have heard of Des Bryant. He transferred from Colleyville Heritage. I didn't know he went there. He played at Colleyville Heritage last year. I think he's a junior.
Yeah, probably.
So the offense at Southlake is going to be dope. Their defense, I have no idea, but they're going to be relentless. But
yep. Well, here's a little fact about Southlake. They returned 0 starters on defense, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
That's happened 2 times in that program's history. Both times they made it to the state championship game. But now they have a new coach too.
Yep.
So.
Well, a new coach, but I mean, I think he was promoted from the DC position.
Sure.
Which is smart.
He was. Yeah, that's what you do when you have a program. You just promote from within, but right. It's still different. The kids don't, know necessarily. He had to be in charge of everything this time instead of just one thing. So we're going to see how Southlake plays out. I'll tell you a team I really like in Region 1 is Denton Geyer.
Oh, man.
Dude, Denton Geyer. And I think we said this about Denton Ryan too. But Denton Geyer, everybody needs to tune in and watch that defensive line. You have an Oregon commit, a Texas Tech commit, both on that defensive line. And then another junior, Logan Loki, who will probably have offers if he doesn't already. But
yeah, he does.
2 Division I Power 4 commits on a D line. Yeah.
And that Rowe kid is going to Oregon. Yep. Man, he's a monster.
Yeah.
He can play a little tight end too. But
yeah.
He's going to play. He'll play D line. I mean, they're only returning 5 starters on defense, Sean. I think it's almost the freaking entire defensive line, and maybe another guy.
Probably is. It's probably probably 3 defensive linemen, probably a linebacker, and probably a safety or something. But Denton Geyer's another one of those. They just plug and play. They've got kids in the pipeline waiting, so not too worried about Denton Geyer there.
But that region in both I'm sorry, that region in both divisions, man, is so freaking stacked. I mean, Allen, Capel. I think Capel got a quarterback. I think that's supposed to be really, really good. But the thing about Allen, Sean, I mean, they only returned 4 on offense, 3 on defense, and they had last year. I mean, they had 9 players signed Division I, so they got to replace all of that. Oh yeah, Capel, their quarterback. Last name is Zingelman. And Zingelman can single. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
6'5", 225. 17 touchdown passes, 15 rushing touchdowns. So 17, 15, that's not bad. He's definitely a dual threat. So
for sure.
that region is stacked, brother. I mean,
well, I'll say this. In my mind, Region 1 actually looks a little bit deeper than it has been in the past. Allen being over there, Permian, of course, Permian, Friday Night Lights, all that stuff. But, Geyer, Carroll, Prosper, there's a lot of good squads here. And then, oh, hey, by the way, here's 12-time state champion Alito too. Who are they going to struggle? They might. I don't. By no means do I see Alito winning their 13th state title this year. There's no way. But that's still a proud program.
Alito's going to start 0-1. And they're probably going to win the rest of their games in the regular season. And probably then. Okay. I think they probably
Trinity. They play Trinity too.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think they can.
Trinity's bringing back 40 Letterman.
They are bringing back 40 Letterman, including a quarterback named, what's his name? He's a same last name as the coach.
Yeah, I don't remember his name though. I don't have my book open. Boy, you're looking up his name.
Lineweaver.
Oh, okay. Is it really?
Yeah. I don't know if that's his son or grandson.
Who's the head coach?
Lineweaver.
No, he retired.
Dude, is he back?
What's the first name of Lineweaver? Is it Steve Lineweaver?
Well, let's see, Sean. I don't know. That's a good question.
You look up Euless Trinity. Let me look because I'm pretty sure Steve Lineweaver retired.
Oh, okay. Aaron Lineweaver.
It's his son. That's his son. So this would be Steve Lineweaver's grandson.
And Aaron's son. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, okay. Look, the kid's grandfather knew how to coach ball for sure.
Right.
So. Shout out! He led Commerce to their first state title.
Yeah.
But don't sleep on Trinity because as most people know in the state, Trinity's going to do one thing. They're going to line up and they're going to run downhill at you.
They're going to control the line of scrimmage with those Polynesian kids, man.
Ask De La Salle how it works. All you Cali boys.
Right.
Yeah. So
more on that later.
That's why I think can Alito beat Trinity? Yes. But I think when Trinity starts leaning on them with that size that they have on the offensive line, I think it'll wear Alito. Manville North Shore, we were at the game, Doug. You saw what happened. We sprung on them, and then they just started leaning on us, and we had no answer. And that's what you're going to see here, I think. That's why I could see Alito starting 1-2.
That would be welcome to 6A right there, buddy.
And look, there are some squads in that district they're in with the Arlington schools that are proud programs. Arlington Lamar, Arlington Martin.
Arlington Bowie ain't bad.
No. And so there's some teams over there that could push Alito, and you could see that district winning streak, which is, like I said, 130 games right now, snapped this year. I'm not going to predict it, but it wouldn't surprise me. I will say quick shout out to Matt Stepp, the all-knowing guru of Texas high school football.
Absolutely.
His Everman Bulldogs were the last team to beat Alito in district.
Everman, wow, yeah. That's a good program, too.
They were down for a little bit, but they've come back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is. This is a crazier deep region than it normally has been.
Well, I'm just going to, I guess, pretend or predict that South Lake and Denton Guy are being Region 2. I mean, in Division 2. I'm going to lean South Lake. In a Region 1, Division 1, I'm thinking Capel this year, man. I think Capel is bringing back a lot. Eight on offense, 7 on defense, 10-2, 6-1 in district last year.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think Allen was lost too much last year, buddy. And then,
yeah, they lost a lot. I actually have Capel and Allen in the regional final myself.
Okay,
but I have Capel beating Allen.
So do I. I got Capel.
Yeah.
I think those guys they're going to be really good.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Anybody, you know, a team like a Prosper is going to be good. Allen, of course, Trinity, like I said, with that rushing attack, they could lean on some people. The problem is they can't lean on an Allen because Allen has the depth to handle it.
Right.
But there are some teams, you know, and once you get into the playoffs, we've seen crazier things happen. But I think smart money says Capel versus Allen. And I do have Capel beating them in the regional final. Now, for Division 2, let me give you an idea of what the bracket could look like if things fall the way that everybody thinks they should. Your second round playoff game is Aledo and Denton Guyer.
They played last year, I want to say.
In non-district, yeah, because Aledo was 5A.
Right.
But a second round playoff game between those, that's a regional final in most every other year, you know? So, I mean, you got some matchups there. Yeah. That's my Division 2, though. Said you win Division 1 first. I'll go Division 2. My regional final in Division 2, I'm going Denton Guyer over South Lake.
I got the opposite.
I figured. I mean, to me, those are the 4 best teams in this whole region.
What if they hook up though, Sean? The trench game is going to be unbelievable because South Lake got some offensive linemen. I think they got at least 2 or 3 kids going power 4. So that is going to be a freaking just a fun game to watch if you like trench warfare.
You talking about? Hold on. I get what you're saying, Doug. But artistically, our friend is back again.
What's up, Artiste?
Said he saw some highlights of the Aledo Carroll game. I'm assuming they scrimmaged, is what he's talking about. Let us know. What'd you see in the scrimmage?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they've ever played a game. So let me know what you saw from the scrimmage artistically, because I didn't catch any highlights of that. But I'd be curious. I'm curious. What did Aledo look like with the depth, especially of a team like South Lake against them? So I'd be curious how Aledo handled and how they hold their own. I mean, it's a scrimmage, so take it for what it's worth. But for a team like Aledo, you can learn a lot in that scrimmage, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we've got our Region 1 out of the way. We both have the same 4 teams. And just we have the same winner in Division 1 with Capel, and we have split in Division 2. You go Carroll, and I've got Guyer.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to get into Region 2. And depending on where you live, you'll say this is the toughest region in the state if you live up in the DFW Metroplex area. If you live in the Houston area, you're going to say this is not the toughest region. You're going to say the next one is. So let me put it this way by asterisking this. These are the two most loaded regions that we're fixing to get into, 2 and 3. I don't remember when a team from outside of these two regions last won state. We'll run through. I'll run through the top. We'll run through the top 10 real quick. No division, of course, because we don't know yet based on standings, but just the top 10 total. Waxahachie's 1, Duncanville 2, North Crowley 3, Longview 4, College Park 5. That's Kingwood College Park, which is north of Houston.
Wow. Okay.
I think that's which one. I think that's Kingwood College Park.
Yeah.
Cy Falls, Willis, which is just north of Houston. Klein Collins, which is just north of Houston. And Waco Midway. So you're going from the north side of Houston through Waco over to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
That's a stretch.
It always has been, though. This has always been that way. That north, very north, Cypress, Klein, Spring has been in Region 2 quite a few times.
The Woodlands, it's always been in Region 2.
Go back to Ed Oliver. Shout out Ed Oliver and his condolences to his family with the drowning of his 2-year-old son.
Yes, sir.
Rough. We played against him when Manville played against Ed Oliver when he was at Spring Westfield. Yeah. Great guy. Hate to hear the news. But we moved forward, and there was times where they were probably going to win Region 3, but then they had to go up and face the DeSoto's and Duncanvilles and Carrolls and Allens of the world. So crazy stretch there. So I'll jump into Region 2 right away. District 9, I'm not too concerned about with the Wileys and a bunch of the Garland schools.
No, not really.
We start getting into some stuff. I will say Wiley East would be a team to watch. They had the worst record you can ever have in the history of football. 10-0 regular season, lost your first round playoff game. The dreadful 10-1 season.
Do you know who that happened to, Sean? We were just talking about it. The Euless Trinity team that beat De La Salle. Yeah. They went undefeated and lost to, I think, South Grand Prairie or something. The first round of the playoff.
Yeah. By that point, they were ranked like number 2 in the state. And then, that's when everybody was like, the depth is insane in this state. Real quick, artistically, was talking about that scrimmage again. Said both teams looked good, but it was hard to tell because you couldn't tell who was actually first team or second team.
Yeah, but those scrimmages, Sean. People don't realize that a lot of these kids are trying to make the varsity, man. They're trying to letter. They're trying to make a spot. They're trying to start. They're trying not to lose their job to an underclassman. Right. I mean, there's a lot going on, and the coaches want to see a lot of players. So they're going to play a lot of good players. Yeah,
it's a huge evaluation tool for the coaches.
Yep. And it's huge for the kids too, man. I mean, it one game may decide if you're gonna make the varsity or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so if you're a sophomore, this is your shot to tell the coaches I can do this, or sit on JV for the next year and wait.
I'll run down on kickoff, coach. I'll do whatever.
Exactly. District 10 is another district that I think is good. I mean, it's got Longview in it. Longview is always pretty good. North Forney is going to be a really good team too.
Yeah.
I think this district's going to come down to those two. And then I think you're going to have kind of the Rock Walls and the Royce Cities and those kind of squads battling for that 3rd through like 6th place.
You know what, Sean? In that district, I'm kind of leaning North Forney, man, because they went 10-2 last year. They're bringing back 16 starters, eight on both sides of the ball. Longview had a kind of a down year last year. They returned 6-4. They got a new quarterback, obviously. I think, of course, Haynes King went there.
Yep.
Coach King's son. Speaking of Coach King, he mentioned their wide receiver they have over there, and Dave Campbell, Jaden Herdon.
Yeah.
He is saying, I think he's a junior. Coach King is saying he may, when he's done playing over there, he may be the best wide receiver they ever had come through Longview. Now think about that, Sean. Longview is one of those places that, they claim that they have, with them and Galveston Ball, claim that they have the most NFL players come out of there. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think Longview is up there with Galveston Ball, maybe DeSoto, something like that, with producing NFL talent. And he is saying this Jaden Herdon may be the best to come out of there. That's big time.
Yeah.
But I still like North Forney. They bring it back too much, bro.
I mean, I'm going to go Longview. I'm not going to stand on going against Longview and what they've done year in and year out there. One thing Longview has to do. Longview has to quit this BS of trying to throw the ball all over the field. Longview has always been built on turn around, hand it off, and throw it when you need to, or after you've established the run.
Yep.
They got so involved with trying to just throw the ball last year that it cost them a couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
If Longview, they're going to have running backs out in Longview. You know that.
Oh, God. They do. They do this year too, man.
Turn around, hand the ball off, let it go, and then go from there with the passing game. But I get it's hard. If you've got a receiver that talented, it's hard to not want to get him the ball too.
Yeah.
So, but the problem is they can't rely on the passing game. That's never been Longview's strong suit. It never has. Even the days of Haynes King, it wasn't their strong suit. They ran the ball. So I'm going to go that Longview's going to get back to it. And we'll see. Those two are by far the two best teams in this district. So whenever that game happens, that's going to be your
that's going to be
championship game.
Yeah. Definitely for district. Definitely for district.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't mean regional championship game. Man, this next district, Doug.
The District of Doom, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, there's
a couple of Districts of Doom. There's one down here in Houston too.
Well, yeah, this one might be second in relation to District of Doom, but this one's real. It's a real close second. Let me tell you that. You start linking in with. Start off with the number one team in the state, at least in this region, Waxahachie. Then you've got perennial state contender Duncanville. You've got 2 years ago state champion North Crowley, who I think lost in the state semifinals or the regional final last year. Regional final. Crowley is going to be decent. Mansfield Lake Ridge is going to be good. Mansfield has exploded. They've got like 3 high schools now. But, I mean, Waxahachie, dude, they're loaded.
They are loaded, bro.
But here's your transfer stuff. Their starting stud linebacker transferred to Denton Ryan.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I mean, yeah.
yeah. I mean, what are you thinking there?
Well, their head coach left too.
Yeah.
Can't remember where he went,
I
but
don't either.
they promoted within though. Smart. Their DC got the job. They're returning their quarterback, Meyer, 33 touchdowns last year, Sean. It's not bad.
No.
Of course, they got one of the best defensive backs in the country. What was that fella's name, man? Is it Snell? I think there's a lot of Snells out there.
Yeah, I know. They're probably all
I don't
related.
know. And he's another really good one. So
Quick shout out. Hey, Bob. Glad to see you in the chat. Anything you want to mention or throw out there about some 6A high school football down in Texas, or any questions you have if you're not familiar with it, reach them out in the comments and we'll jump on it.
this district, though, Sean, I think it's really anybody's on the top three: Waxahachie, North Crowley, and Duncanville. I'm actually leaning Waxahachie to win the district, even though I think North Crowley's offense is going to be. North Crowley's returning everybody. I mean, I think 8 on offense and 8 on defense. And North Crowley may have the best secondary in the entire country, bro.
Yeah,
and,
I know.
And their youngest one is a sophomore. According to Dave Campbell, had 25 tackles and 1 interception. So that tells me he played a little bit as a freshman last year.
Yes.
But they got a couple other guys that are going like big time. So they might have the best secondary. Their offense is going to be ridiculous. I think what they scrimmage Allen and dropped 90 on him, man. On a scrimmage. It's a controlled scrimmage, but I think it was combined varsity and JV. But dude, that offense is just stupid good, man. So I think I like Waxahachie to win the district, but they're not going to win the region. I don't think until something changes. I got Duncanville winning that region, but I don't think they're going to win the district.
Well, remember, Waxahachie split with them last year.
Yeah,
they played them twice and they went 1-1, and they were both close.
Yep, it was really good. What do you got, man?
Your top 3 are definitely Waxahachie, Duncanville, North Crowley. Mansfield Lake Ridge is probably the 4th best team in this district. It's hard to go against Duncanville, dude, from what they've done the past. Go back from 2018 forward.
Yeah.
But I'm going Waxahachie. I'm going Waxahachie not only to come out of this region, our district, but I'm also having a rematch of Waxahachie and Duncanville in the regional final, and I'm taking Waxahachie for the sweep over Duncanville.
Ooh. So that's going to be a change.
North Crowley is going to be the 3rd best team in this district, probably, and they are going to be. They're locked into Division II because of Waxahachie and Duncanville.
Yeah.
So they don't have to have that road through them. We'll get into theirs in a minute. What their playoff path would look like. But I'm just going to give you a sneak peek that I'm taking Waxahachie to come out of this region.
I got in Region 2, Division 1. I got Waxahachie and Duncanville. I think that's what you have too, right?
Yeah.
For the championship, region championship. But you got Waxahachie, and like I said, man, I got Waxahachie winning the district, but until something changes, I got Deville. Because they've been winning that region I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
You know,
here's, but that's by far the toughest district in this region, and it's not close.
no.
But roll into 12-6A, where you run into the more of the Waco schools, those Central Texas-ish, Killeen, Harker Heights, Waco
Temple.
Midway, Temple, blue front, white back or something. Their pants. They have some chant about their pants.
Copper's Cove, man, that's a great name. Copperus.
Well,
Copperus.
Their most famous alumni.
Who's that?
RG3.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, speaking of which, now that we mentioned RG3, you remember back in the day, Johnny Manziel, Mac Brown tried to get him to come to Texas as a safety. He did. That's why Johnny went to A&M. You realize that if you go listen to Robert Griffin III say it, he says Mac Brown told him he could come there to play safety.
See, that's why Mac Brown fell off there late in recruiting, man. His last 4 or 5 years,
he was trying to get all these safeties.
It was
that turned out to be Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks.
It was terrible. You know who wanted to come to Texas? He never offered. Well, Johnny Manziel, but Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
he wanted to come to Texas, and he's from somewhere else. He's not even from Texas.
Because he tried to get him to go to safety.
Probably, definitely, probably linebacker, probably defensive end or something.
I don't know. I was just like, wow.
Anyways, enough about that.
You could have gone from RG3 to Manziel. I mean, you talk about a second.
He really did. He really loved David Ash, dude. I think he thought he had Tim Tebow and David Ash.
Yeah, well, he didn't.
Except David couldn't take a hit. Tebow could.
Yeah, I remember you hyping up David Ash to me, and that didn't work out well either.
Oh, I hyped up Jalen Hurd too. Okay,
that's true.
So don't really say much, but continuing.
Look, you mentioned Alito's playing Midway, right? Waco Midway.
Yep.
Which is actually Hewitt, but whatever. Got to give a shout out to Waco Midway and our good buddy Post Game and his Notre Dame Irish. Waco Midway has a Notre Dame running back commit on the roster. Lathan Wissington.
That's a name.
So keep an eye on that kid. I mean, obviously, if Notre Dame's recruiting him, he's probably pretty good at the running back position.
He's probably not. Probably a smart kid too.
Yeah, and I mean Notre Dame seems to have pretty good running backs, considering 2 were just drafted in the first round of the NFL.
Yeah, running back you. Anybody? Maybe.
So I wanted to give a shout out to Post Game about that. District 13. I mean, this district is always so crazy. It's the Woodlands area. Willis, Woodlands. Yeah. It's the Woodlands College Park. I said Kingwood earlier. I'm sorry. It was the Woodlands College Park.
It's a very nice area, minus Cleveland right here. Right there.
Yeah. And, I mean,
everything else.
Conroe's got some nice spots. Conroe has some spots you really want to avoid. But Willis is just an old country town out in the north side of Houston.
Who went to Willis, though? Who went to Willis?
Oh, yeah. DJ Lagway.
DJ Lagway and
Michael Bishop Jr.
Michael Bishop Jr., brother, at the University of Texas.
Well, I mean, and you always have the Woodlands in the mix.
They've been quiet lately, man. I think they made more noise than 7-on-7 the past few years. They have, on the football field.
But I mean, when you talked about this district in the past, this was the Woodlands to lose, and it's come on. Like I said, the Woodlands College Park, Willis used to be a doormat. You know this. Willis used to be terrible.
Oh God, yeah, they were terrible.
And then they brought in a new coach when they had Lagway, and he went to this just wide open aerial attack, and it just took off.
Yeah.
And they're good, and they're going to be good again this year. But College Park is my pick to win this district. But we're going to see how the coaching change affects them because their head coach left to go coach at Atascocita.
Well, hold on. The head coach at Atascocita retired?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Stumped.
Okay.
I think
Stumped.
Stumped.
Yeah.
And Kyle Coates left, and he's now the coach at Atascocita now from College Park. So we're going to see how the coaching change affects. We're going to see what happens here. They have a quarterback and receiver duo in Camden Hughes and Julian Cromartie. Don't know if it's any offense to the other Cromartie from the NFL or if any relation there. Don't know. Antonio, I think. Don't know if there's any relation there or not. But College Park is going to be a threat. And so is Willis because they're both going to be in Division II.
Oh, wait. Willis got that quarterback. It's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, but they did lose. But they lost Duval, everything. It was actually Jermaine Bishop, not Michael Bishop Jr., Jermaine Bishop.
Yeah, Jermaine Bishop Jr., yeah. But they had a young quarterback last year. Was he a freshman or sophomore or something like that?
Yeah, I think he was a true freshman. But you're going to have to find players to fill in around him. And I'm not going to say they won't, but Lincoln Frazier was his name, and he was a freshman last year, and they reached the regional final. So I think they're going to be good even with losing Bishop. But I think Kingwood College Park is going to be a little much, and the Woodlands is right there. So I'm going with those three, and then you could, figure out who you want for fourth. Those Conroe schools always beat up each other anyway.
Right.
And I know the coach at Grand Oaks used to be Sean McDowell, but I think he left there and is now somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. Okay. His daughter plays softball, Arkansas.
He left Foster and went to Grand Oaks. If you got the book open, see who the coach of Conroe Grand Oaks is in District 13.
District 13.
I think McDowell retired. He either retired or he moved somewhere else.
Well, it still has Grand Oaks Grizzlies. Still has Sean McDowell as a coach.
Well, maybe he's still there. I thought he left, but maybe he did. Maybe he was thinking of it and came back. I don't know. Did a Randy Allen from Highland Park.
This is year number 3. It could be year number 3 for him.
Really? I thought he'd been there longer. I thought he was there longer than that.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I'm wondering if he went there and then left and then came back. I wonder if that may be what. I don't know. Either way, Jermaine Bishop, artistically mentioned, dude was a freak.
Absolute freak, man.
But replacing him is going to be tough. But anytime a freshman quarterback leads you to a regional final, the future's pretty bright.
Well, he broke all the receiving records in the Houston area.
Yeah.
So he holds that. He's a record holder in the greater Houston area. So.
Right. Which is saying some stuff because there's been some dudes come through there.
Yeah. And we should see him this year at Texas, man. I don't see how they can keep him off the field. Special teams or something, man. But we'll see.
Yeah. The next district, man, District 14. This is Spring Westfield and a bunch of everybody else's. It's the Aldine schools.
Aldine's not like it used to be,
No.
Westfield has somehow stayed very competitive. There were years at Westfield where they had state championship type teams, but they, got to play North Shore every year. They end up losing those games, and that's tough. So
I mean, and then you talk about two teams that have been high and then fall apart and then come back and be good and fall apart. Spring Decaney and Spring High.
right.
Those two go in such cycles where Decaney won that state title one year and then just fell off the face of the earth.
Yep.
Spring High had been good for the past few years and then they fell off the face of the earth.
Yep.
It just goes in such cycles with those schools.
It's public school football, real public school football.
Yeah. I mean, so we'll go Spring Westfield, I think, is the head and shoulders of that district.
Yeah.
District 15, if you can figure out District 15, 6A, go right ahead, because this is the most jumbled district ever. These Klein schools with the Tomball schools, you see games here that are, Klein Collins will beat Tomball 59-0, and then Tomball Memorial will beat Klein Collins 48-0. This is the most wild ass district, but
it really is.
I think Klein Collins is going to be the head and shoulders of this district. They've won it 9 out of the past 11 years. And they reached the regional semis last year. They do lose a lot, though. So we'll see how they replace it.
Yeah. Klein Collins for sure. I mean, Tomball's had some good squads lately. They lost quite a bit, though, the Tomball bunch. Now, one team that's on the bubble is Klein, and I hope their bubble bursts, man. I hope they don't make the play. I can't stand their coach, man. Nick Cadutti. Dobie played them last year. That guy, he's a character, man. He talks a lot of trash, man. He talked disrespected Klein Collins before they played. I think Klein Collins ended up killing him, of course. But he likes to run his mouth. When they played Dobie, he had his entire staff, including him, that had T-shirts made. They were all wearing burnt orange T-shirts that said something about Texas Party or something like that. And they were playing Dobie, the Dobie Longhorns. Just weird stuff.
All I know that came up doing some digging into this school too was, and I'm not going to get into it because I don't have all the facts, but there's been some questions around this coaching staff that has caused some uncertainty around it.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. So just know that that's a question.
He's a character, man. I didn't really like. He rubbed me the wrong way, but whatever. Klein Collins. It is.
Yeah, Klein Collins is the favorite here. Klein Oak is always kind of one of those teams that's in the mix.
Klein Kane had some teams before.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Tomball, you mentioned. Tomball's got some running backs this year. Ian Thomas and Trevin Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to look to run the ball. Tomball Memorial normally, whether they still are in that system or not, I can't remember, but they like to throw. They used to throw the hell out of the ball. That team was just wide open. So I don't expect much from them. I think this is Klein Collins, Klein Oak, probably Tomball. But again, this district is so insane that, you could have a mixed match of any different teams. Klein Collins is pretty well locked into the playoffs. The next 3 positions, brother, we might be a water.
It's Klein Collins and then a box of chocolates, right?
Yeah, tiebreakers are going to come into play in this district. And whether it comes down to let's meet at Whataburger and flip a coin, I don't know what we're going to do. But this is going to be a crazy district. And you want to keep the crazy districts rolling?
Hey.
Look at the Sci-Fair schools.
They're all the same.
Cy Falls, Cy Fair, Langham Creek is up there, Cy Lakes. I mean,
Cy Woods, Cy Ridge. It's freaking towns, man.
Look, Cy Falls is the favorite here. And I know that's hard for people at Cy Fair to hear.
Well, Cy Fair is a first school, right? Out there.
That's the oldest, yes. That's the legacy.
Yeah, Cypress Bank, okay. And they were the best school. I mean, even for a while, for a long time, they were the the bread and butter of that district. So nowadays it is Falls, right?
This year it is for sure. Now, Cy Fair is going to be very senior heavy. They do return a quarterback, and they have two FBS receivers caliber. Their two receivers are both college bound.
Nice.
And they return 7 defensive starters. So Cy Fair is going to be good. But I'm going to lean Cy Falls here, and here's why. They went 9-4 last year with mostly sophomores. So now they're juniors. So you've got this year and next year that Cy Falls is going to be a problem.
Duly noted. Okay.
I mean,
they're returning 9 starters on offense.
Yeah. Yeah. How many on defense?
6.
Yeah. 15 of the 21 coming back off a mostly sophomore team.
Wow.
Okay. So Cy Falls is going to be in the mix. Most definitely. They're going to be Division II because they're the 7th biggest school in this district. So they're going to go Division II. But a 9-4 team, mostly with sophomores with that many back, dude, I'm taking Cy Falls. The Cy Falls Cy Fair game is your district championship game. When that happens, but again, in the grand scheme of things, that game means absolutely nothing except the district title. Because one's going Division I, one's going Division II, more than likely. For Cy Fair to go Division II, Cy Woods and Jersey Village have to make the playoffs. And that would push Cy Fair to Division II. I don't see both of those schools making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Cy Falls. I know Cy Fair, they won state a couple years ago. But I think Cy Falls is coming on. And I'm watching that team for the next 2 years.
Gotcha. So am I now. Hey, that.
So, looking at Division I, we've already mentioned that you're taking Duncanville over Waxahachie. I'm taking Waxahachie over Duncanville.
Yeah.
But when you get into Division II, you could have, there's some matchups. The upper half of the bracket, it looks like you're going to probably get in a regional semifinal. It looks like you're probably going to get North Crowley and College Park. That's probably what I see there. And I think North Crowley is going to pretty much roll through that.
Yeah, North Crowley or College Park, maybe Longview, North Crowley. I think it's North Crowley. I think they got too much offense and too much secondary.
The bottom half of the bracket is where you'll find Longview, Harker Heights, I mentioned, Willis, and Cy Falls. So you've got Longview there, but I'm taking faith in this team. I've picked them to win the district. I'm going to take North Crowley versus Cy Falls in the regional final.
Ooh, as juniors for their junior campaign.
And I've got North Crowley beating them, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, so we both have North Crowley.
Yeah,
just against different opponents. I think I got him with against Longview, but
yeah, you had Longview, which is not a bad pick either. But I just think a 9-4. I think a regional semifinal team, with a bunch of sophomores. I think you can't go wrong there.
You know what though? What about North Forney, man?
North Forney's going to be good, but I think they're going to have to run into North Crowley sooner rather than later.
Okay. That's probably why. That's probably why I don't like you. Because I like North Forney to win their district with Longview.
Yeah.
But if they're going to run into North Crowley first, then I mean that's just what it is.
They would get, based on the way if everything falls, they would get Rowlett in the first round and then North Crowley in the second.
Okay. Well, say goodnight to that one. Okay.
I do like the North Forney team. I think you're right on that, but I can't take them over North Crowley. So now we'll shift down and jump into
the big boys.
What Doug and I would probably consider, based on where we were from, was that this is probably the toughest region in the whole state.
The black and blue division, the black and blue district.
Oh, yeah. This has by far, in my mind, the toughest district in the state.
Yeah.
There's not a district that's close to me.
I mean, the top four can easily win this district. Anyone in the top four can win this district.
Yeah, that's what's crazy is the power rankings. If you look at it, is the way I ranked it out was North Shore, CE King, Summer Creek, and Atascocita, and yes, they're all in the same district.
Yeah. And
then, oh, by the way, let's throw in Katy, Ridge Point, Shadow Creek, Austin Vandergrift, Dickinson. Shout out Andre Ware.
Yes, sir.
Cy Ranch.
CE King. Yeah, we got CE King.
CE King's up there. I mean, you haven't even mentioned teams yet like Pearland, perennial great team. Bridgeland, good team. Houston Lamar used to be a power.
Yep. Man.
Barbers Hill. I don't know. Barbers Hill being 12 kind of freaks me out because I just don't know about that yet. But we'll see.
Yeah, that's a little high, honestly.
When we get to them, we'll figure that out. But just according to Dave Campbell's, from that one district, North Shore is 2 in the state. CE King is 3. Summer Creek is 5, and Atascocita is 11. So all of that district is in the top 11.
Yeah.
So we're going to start right with the District of Doom. District 17-6A. We just mentioned all the teams in it.
17-6A, man. Well, I'm gonna go North Shore. Okay. Now they're only returning 4 starters on both sides of the ball, Sean, but it's North Shore. They reload. That's it. Coming off a state championship. And they got some young players coming up, Sean. And North Shore has always been a D1 pipeline, and I would say they're probably more known for their defensive players. Would you say?
Yeah.
Devin Sanchez and these defensive linemen, like what was his name? I'm all missing their names now, Sean. But
which one?
They have a plethora of defensive linemen. Well, they got another one coming up. He's a sophomore. Yeah. Ezarian Fields, Sean, 6'5", 210, little thin, but he's a sophomore. He'll put on some weight. This kid's already a 4-star, and he's rated, I guess, as far as video game rating, he's already like at 84 as a sophomore. Okay,
that's normally that's probably his grade from On3 or PFF or one of the recruiting sites. Probably got him as an 84 as a sophomore. Which is insane, by the way.
Yeah, insane. So he's going to be another great one coming up. So I got North Shore as usual. I'm kind of torn between 2 and 3, honestly, Sean. C.E. King and Humble Summer Creek. C.E. King's bringing back a lot on defense. They're going to have a really good defense, and they probably have the fastest high school kid on the planet in Dylan Mitchell. So watch out for him to have a huge, huge year. Then you got Summer Creek. They got a wide receiver, Sean. Benny Easter, Texas Tech commit. And they got a quarterback, Spinks, left hand, zips the ball really good. He got like 43 touchdowns last year. And they got a great coach. They got a good coach over there. They got those kids in sync. So they got a ton of talent, Sean. And I'm kind of torn between 2 and 3, but I got North Shore winning that district. And I guess I'm gonna go Summer Creek coming in 2.
That's where we flip.
Super talented.
I have North Shore winning this
Okay.
district.
So good deal.
Probably the fastest team in the state is C.E. King.
Yeah.
They have a transfer quarterback. Kalen Davis came from Fort Bend Hightower. They're obviously smaller than North Shore. And they're smaller than Summer Creek, who I expect to make the playoffs. So they'll be Division II. Same with Atascocita. Those are the 4 I have. Just remember, Atascocita is ranked number 11 in the state rankings, and they're 4th in this district.
Right.
But I'm going C.E. King over Summer Creek. But one crazy thing to remember about this district, the defending 6A Division I state champion is North Shore.
Mm-hmm.
Summer Creek beat them 27-0 last year.
Sure did, man.
And that stopped North Shore's district winning streak at 57. 57. We think that's big and long. And then we talked about Alito's 130. It's like triple. Double, I guess. Double and a half. But either way, this is the most dynamic district in the state, in my mind. 2 of these teams played for a state title last year. North Shore and C.E. King both. North Shore won it. C.E. King did not. Right. We'll just leave it at that. But C.E. King was good for the first time in a while. Yeah. They've gotten this program climbing. And where they sit, they're going to have talent over on the east side of Houston. So I'm going North Shore, C.E. King, Summer Creek, Atascocita, and I'm not going to be surprised if we don't see North Shore and C.E. King back in the state title game. Not against each other, but different divisions.
Yeah.
Jump over to 18, this is a weird district. You got all the clear schools mixed in with Deer Park and Dickinson, which makes sense. And then you throw Barbers Hill for the hell of it here. Which is not real close. Barbers Hill to it's like Clear Falls. Yeah, it's way north. It's north of I-10 though.
Yeah, it is.
And you got to travel all the way down to Clear Falls, down there near damn Lamarck.
Yeah, Clear Falls was that over there by San Leon or something, or Bay Cliff
way
or
down
something?
There. Yeah, it's the furthest south of the clear schools, and it's literally right on the line, probably of Lamarck or Texas City, right down there.
It's really nice, though.
Well, yeah.
Right. And so is Barbers Hill, by the way. Mount Bellevue.
Yeah.
Everything's brand new out there, brother. But yeah, man, I got Dickinson in that district. I think it's going to be close, though, between Dickinson. I mean, they're not bringing much back on offense. There's 3 starters, 5 on defense. They were undefeated last year in district. So it's going to be tough. Deer Park, they're bringing back 12 starters. They got a quarterback, Sean, by the last name of LaFriends. And when I saw this name, Sean, it rang a bell. And I'm an old guy. And when I was playing back at Dobie, Deer Park was really good. Back in 94, 95, they're actually number one in the state for a while. And they had a good quarterback, and I think their place kicker was one of the best kickers in the country. And I believe his last name was LaFriends. So I'm guessing this is his kid playing quarterback at Deer Park. So, and they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a real common name down there.
No. So, and Deer Park's actually ever since they got rid of or what's his name left? Was it Massey? Or yeah. Ever since they got a new coach, man, they turned it around, buddy. Which just in time for because LaPorte now is really, really good. So and that's their big rival. But anyways, Dickinson and Deer Park is pretty much what I'm looking at in that district, Sean. Clear Springs is on the bubble, I think. I'm going to get to see them next week against my Dobie Longhorns. So I'll know more about them. Well, what do you got?
I mean, I'm going Dickinson here. I think they're the best team here. They're the best team. They have some weird voodoo magic stuff going on down there in that stadium when you have to go down there and play.
The Swamp.
Dude, it is crazy down there. I can remember Manville played them down there, and Manville was up like 18 points with like 3 minutes left or something, and Dickinson stormed back to win the game. And I was like, what did I just witness? But Dickinson is easily the favorite here. This district is screwed. I'm just going to go ahead and put it that way. This district is just screwed. Because
like first round matchups or something?
Yeah, because your first round matchups is with District 17.
Right. Yeah.
So you could have Dickinson and Summer Creek in the first round.
Hell of a matchup.
Barbers Hill and Atascocita in the first round. This district is just screwed. I feel bad because I think Dickinson's really good. I'm just not sure Dickinson can get past the first round matchup with that other district. But I'll go Dickinson. I'm going to lean Barbers Hill to come in second in this district. Even though they're the smallest, I think that I think Barbers Hill's always good on the lines, dude. And if I'm not mistaken, who's their head coach now? It
is Cody Simper. Cody Simper.
Okay. They changed coaches, I guess.
His first year was last year.
Yeah. Okay, because they had the old coach from Cedar Park there.
Okay.
He went out there when what's his name? Tom, what was it, Westerberg or whatever from Allen took over as the AD out there. He came as the coach. So I'm going to go Dickinson, Barbers Hill, Deer Park, and then probably Clear Springs just because it's Clear Springs and they're the most probably other athletic team there. Now the fun one.
Oh, yeah. The District of Doom 2.0.
Well, kind of.
I mean, we want it to be.
I mean, it's definitely the District of Doom if your name is Rayburn, Brazos Wood, Memorial, or
Alvan.
Yeah. Man, look. This district comes down. I'm just going to say it, in my opinion. This is a 4-team district. You have a team in Dobie who I think can challenge for 4th place. I'm not sure Dobie would have to beat Dawson and or Manville to get in. And I can see them getting one because I've seen them do it before. But I don't know that they can get them both.
I think all they need is one, though, don't they?
Well, you got to remember, if Manville beats Dawson and Dawson beats Dobie and Dobie beats Manville, you're going to have a tie, and it's going to come down to tiebreakers. That's how Dobie got in that one year over Manville, because they scored late to run the score up to get the tiebreaker.
Yeah, they had to win by 17.
They were getting the top right. They were trying to. I'm not saying they ran it up on purpose. I'm not saying that because God knows
they had to score.
Yeah, they had to.
Yeah.
You could come back and tell me, though. I can remember Manville hanging 70 on us. So
I do remember that.
I honestly, I think Shadow Creek's the favorite here. Pearland's always going to be in the mix with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to think of Dawson. Dawson is sometimes looks really good, and then other times Dawson looks like they could lose to anybody.
Right.
Much the same I could say about Manville. Now, I do believe that with Kirk Martin back, this is his 3rd year. I think Manville's starting to get back to what Manville used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But Dawson, Manville, and Dobie are going to be fighting for that positions 3 through 4, in my mind. I'm going to lean Dawson. I think they're a little bit more athletic than Dobie. The difference is Dobie can lean on people because they have a huge enrollment. So that's where I see it playing out. You probably see it playing out different. You're going to be a lot more in tune with the Dobie program than I am, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So you would know more about what it's looking like over there or what you're hearing over there. So let me know. What do you got?
Well, I'm with you on Shadow Creek. They got too much, man. They're loaded. Joseph Adai's son, playing wide receiver over there.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good one. They got some defensive backs. They got a quarterback, Coleman. I think he threw 37 touchdowns last year. I mean, they're poised to win the district. I think Pearland can definitely give them a push. They're bringing back 7 on both sides of the ball, and as usual, I think Pearland's strength is their big O line. They always got a big offensive line. They like to win in the trenches. So for that reason, I have them coming in second. Although I think Manville, like you said, I'm not saying they're back, but they're getting back. With the addition of Kirk Martin coming back, I think he's bringing back that culture that he created years ago. It'll take a little bit of time, but to me, it looks like he's doing it, man. I mean, he's getting the players are there now. They're getting there. They're getting better. So,
remember they've been big underdogs in the playoff opening round the past 2 years against like Hightower and stuff.
Yeah,
and they've beaten them both times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now they got some pretty good players, man.
Yeah,
you know, they got a kid, that Greedy kid being highly recruited.
Yeah, Greedy James.
Greedy
I
James.
know I had told you I was a little bit down on him after last year, but everything I've seen from him this year, what I've seen on little clips and stuff, he's put on some size, put on a little bit of muscle, it looks like. And he looks like, I mean, he was first team all Greater Houston selection from the Touchdown Club.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was first team all Greater Houston defensive back. That says enough right there, probably.
Yeah. So I think those 3, Shadow Creek, Pearland, and Manville, are shoe-ins. That 4th spot between Dawson and Dobie is going to be interesting, man. Like you said about Dawson, Who knows, man? I mean, they were pretty good last year. They're bringing back 14 starters. It's going to be tough.
What's
I
Manville
think
bring back?
Dobie, huh?
What's Manville bring back? Isn't it like 13?
They're bringing back 5 and 6, 5 on
Okay,
offense,
so
6
it's
on.
11. 11, okay.
Now Dobie, like I said, what they need to do to make the playoffs, Sean, is number one, they got to beat the teams they're supposed to beat. Obviously, there cannot be any letdowns whatsoever, or they're not going to make the playoffs 100%. That they have to beat either Manville or Dawson. They beat Manville before. Oh no, they've beaten Dawson before in the past. So I think their best shot is against Dawson. Now Dobie is bringing back 7 starters on offense, and their offense never seems to be the problem. It always seems to be the defense. Now this could be good or bad. They're only bringing back 1 starter from a not so great defense, but they do. I can tell you this, Sean. The last couple of years, they've had some really good freshman teams come in, mostly from Thompson Intermediate. They're going undefeated most of the year. They've been beating Pearland and Manville and all those kids. So they're gonna be relying heavily on some young players. Now they got a good running game. They got 3 running backs: a senior, a junior, and a sophomore. The senior Taylor's is 5'10", 180 pounds, runs a 4.5. That's pretty good. Coach Fitzmaurice, who's a Adobe alum, really likes their running back Owens. Also, he's a junior, not a big kid, only 5'7", runs a 4.4. And they got a sophomore running back. Like I was telling you, the last couple of freshman classes have been really good. So they got this freshman running back who's 6'1", 165. So they're going to be leaning heavily on their plethora of running backs. I have no idea how they're going to look on defense. I'm going to find out. But I'm going to go Alvin, Pearland, Manville, and Dobie.
That's Alvin Shadow Creek, by the way, not Alvin.
Alvin Shadow Creek.
Yeah, you're not picking Alvin to win the district. If you are, let's put some money right now.
Not the Yellow Jackets.
I'm going to tell you a name to watch out for from Manville, too, is wide receiver Carter St. Junius.
Who?
Yeah, Carter St. Junius. I'm telling you, he's a wide receiver at Manville. Watch that kid. Watch him. He is a star. Okay, he is the next in the line of the Manville receiving crew.
Great. Was he a sophomore, junior?
I actually think he's going to be a senior this year. But
Okay.
he's been on the radar since he was a sophomore. He's like 6'3"-ish. Yeah. He's the next one. I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to be honest, Doug. I'm going to kind of just flip through the rest of this region. There's really not much else here. The only other district that's really kind of interesting is, and it's not even really interesting, it's the district that's easy to pick, and that's the Katy district with 22-6A. I mean, that's Katy and then everybody else. Pato's been down.
Jordan's not too bad.
Yeah, they're okay, but they're not Katy level.
No.
No, I think it's Katy and Jordan in that district for sure.
Yeah, and I actually think Katie's going to have a heck of a year, Sean. They're only bringing back 3 starters on offense, but I don't think that even matters the way they're methodical on offense. I mean, if they do happen to have a really good player on offense, and watch out, but I don't know if they really have any big time players on offense. Yeah. But defensively, Sean, they're returning 7 starters, and I'm kind of shocked that they actually. The way I determine whether or not Katy is going to make a run at the state championship is if Katy has any type of FBS talent. If they got 3 or 4 kids, watch out. And I think they might actually have that this year, Sean, especially on the defense. I know they got an offensive lineman. I've seen him on listed on both, like one on offense, one on defense. I don't know if he plays both or if he's mainly offensive lineman. They got a defensive end that's supposed to be highly recruited. They have a linebacker that's not on Dave Campbell's because he transferred from Kingwood. Hall, something like the HAUG or something like that.
Yeah.
He was a Longhorn commit. He decommitted. A lot of linebackers over there, but he's supposed to be pretty good, Sean. And he might be a 4-star. Now, remember back when they had Patty Fisher was a 3-star. He was pretty good. And when Katy had some D1 talent, man, and I think they got a defensive back as well that's being recruited Division I. So I'm thinking Katie's going to have a bounce back year this year. As a matter of fact, they're my sleeper this year, and that crazy ass Division II with North Crowley and all those guys. So yeah,
the crazy thing, the way the brackets play out in the playoffs is North Shore and Summer Creek would be on the top half of the bracket, and Katy and Cy Ranch would be on the bottom half. Katy would have the easiest path through. My regional final is North Shore versus Katy.
For Division
I got
I?
Katy going Division I, yes.
Oh, wow. You got to go Division I?
Yes. Yep.
I mean, they do get a pretty good enrollment, man. 3,400.
Well, let me get back to it.
So not the biggest school. They're probably the third biggest school. Fourth.
Let me see.
I got Jordan, Ranch, and Lakes bigger than them.
Yeah. Jordan, Ranch, and Lakes. And see, my playoff teams I have are Jordan, Katy, Tompkins, and Maid Creek.
Okay.
So that would put Katy in Division I.
Yeah, because Maiden Creek's 2,800. So, okay, so Cinco Ranch don't make the playoffs. Cinco Ranch would go Division I.
Right. But I don't have them making the playoffs.
Wow, Katy
into Division I, which you get Katy North Shore.
Okay, well then, let me rephrase this then. If Katy falls into Division II, they are my sleeper for a state championship.
Yeah.
Division I, I gotta seriously think about that one, buddy. But I think they have the defense to do it this year.
Yeah, if Katy goes Division II, I think it's their region to win. I think if Katy goes Division I, North Shore's going to put Katy out. I think it's North Shore, Katy, and North Shore wins. If Katy goes Division I, that opens up Division II for, in my mind, I'm going CE King to win the region. I've already said I expect them to get back to the state championship game. So I'm going CE King in Division II. Unless Katy's in Division II, and then I'd go Katy. Either way, I have North Shore winning Region 1, and I have CE King winning Region 2.
Gotcha.
And I think you could see CE King and Shadow Creek in the playoffs, and you talk about speed everywhere.
It's going to be a fast game.
Yeah. But don't sleep on Austin Vanderdrift. They won state in 2024.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
So that's what I'm going. And you've got North Shore winning Region 1 and Katy winning Region 2. You've got Katy going Region 2, right?
Region 3.
I mean,
yeah, Division 2. Yeah.
We'll run through Region 4. Region 4 is a weird region. This is usually dominated by two schools, both with Lake in their name.
Mm-hmm.
Normally Lake Travis. Quick shout out again, Lake Travis. Keep that whole community in y'all's prayers, man. That young gentleman who was out there practicing and had the medical emergency and wound up passing away. So definitely they canceled their first game. Their first game against Dripping Springs has been canceled. Lake Travis said we'll forfeit it if we have to, but I think it's going to just kind of go down as I think Dripping Springs is going to be like, we don't want to play either.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's really hard. I feel for not just the family, but I mean the coaches
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they got
Everybody, the whole community, the whole town. I mean,
yeah.
but you hate to see it. Unfortunately, it happens a little more often than we'd like.
Seems like every year down
not
here.
happen. We've leaked. Well, it nationwide. You hear about it. So, so just remember that and shout out Dripping Springs. Like I said, I think Dripping Springs came out and said it's not going to be a forfeit. We're not going to play either. So, unless the UIL forces them to count it as a win or a loss, but I think that's whatever. We're not going to politic it to death. So,
right.
It is what it is. The Lake Travis and Austin Westlake are your two powers out of this region. Have been for years. Did you get some new blood this year? Some new blood and some old blood that's coming back in Cibolo Steel.
What?
And San Antonio Johnson.
What are we talking about?
Johnson's had a couple of good years. I remember they made the state.
Yeah, I know.
Was it the state semifinal 1 year? Yeah, and then they ran into Pearland, and Pearland just throttled them. Actually, I think it was a close game, to be honest. I don't remember that. It's been years ago. I don't see much coming out of the Valley. Artistically had mentioned that the best Valley teams were in 5A now. They had moved down to 5A, so I think this is really a 5-team, maybe a 6-team region, which is Johnson, Travis, Cibolo Steel, Westlake. Dripping Springs is always good. And then San Antonio Brennan right on the outside. I don't know. I mean, Lake Travis has got to be the favorite in their district. Westlake, I don't know what to think of them right now, to be honest, Doug. Last year was their worst record since 2014. They went 7-4.
Yep. And the year before, they had a state championship team. They just ran into a buzzsaw in North Crowley. Remember, they dominated North Shore to get there.
Yeah.
35-10 at Reliant in Houston. Destroyed
was that
them.
one in Houston? Or was that one?
Yeah.
I thought that one was in Austin. Okay.
Amazing. And so last year was a down year, man. So this year, they're only returning 5 on each side of the ball. I think this is the first year in 8 years they didn't make it to the semifinal.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy.
That's insane. That just tells you the talent that's come out of over there.
Well, I guess they've been down because, I mean, this year their best prospect is offensive lineman, Jonathan Cook, going to Texas, the University of Texas. They got a new quarterback. I don't know who that is. They have a freshman running back, Sean. I don't know if you heard of this kid, Cooper Jones. He's a freshman, 50 offers.
Damn.
The kid is about to play his first high school down of football against Inglewood, California this week. Another out-of-state matchup, Sean. This time it's actually a public school from Inglewood. I give props to Inglewood. You know, they actually came down to Texas last year, Sean, and played Midland. Beat Midland 35-34. Midland went 3-7. Inglewood went 6-6. Now they're coming to play Westlake, and I can tell you, Sean, the California people are already making excuses. They're playing down. They're downplaying Inglewood as if they don't have any players, and they're making Westlake to be one of the best teams in Texas. And just to go over, go ahead.
Most years they'd be right.
Right.
Most years, the team from California coming to play Westlake is not going to end well for that team.
Right.
No, public school. Let me put it that way.
Public school.
This is a little bit different. This is an Austin Westlake team that we don't really know a lot about. Let me look at their ranking real quick. Yeah, they're 23rd in the state. So, I mean, which is good to be 23rd in 6A, but they're not world beaters.
But most people are thinking this game's going to be close. But if you look on paper, Sean, as far as prospect goes, Inglewood is pretty loaded, bro. They got two defensive linemen. I think one of them is committed to A&M. I don't know if Miles Smith possibly. Mm-hmm. He's a 5-star guy. Yeah. They got another blue chipper defensive lineman, Elijah Harmon, 6'3", 300. Quarterback is 6'2", 185. They got a athlete, Duval Williams. He's going to Cal. They got another cornerback, I believe going to Washington State. So they got more talent. And they're facing a Westlake team that I don't think they have anybody on the defense. But watch these kids fly around the football. This is going to be I like Westlake in this game, obviously, but you know, like I said, I like these out-of-state matchups. This is a good one with the public school. I just think a lot of people just don't give Inglewood a chance, even though they have more talent. You know, but that's Texas football for you, buddy. You don't have to have most of the talent, you know. So. But I love to see this Cooper Jones kid, man. This freshman running back. You kidding me? 50 offers?
Yeah, I got it. I got it wrong by artistically. Thanks for correcting that. I thought he mentioned last time that 5A, the best teams in the Valley went from 6A to 5A. I was wrong. It's the reverse. The best teams in the Valley went 5A to 6A. PSJA, FAR, San Juan, Alamo, North, and Edinburgh, Vela. Both moved up to 6A. He says Vela moved up. They opted up to 6A, and PSJA just made it in by a few people, by a very small number. So I don't see much coming out of the Valley when they got to run into that San Antonio and Austin area that kind of turns their season. I'd love to see it, but I just don't see it right now. I think there's too much talent in that area. I'm going to give you a quick sleeper team that I have. And it's coming out of District 27 6A.
27 6A. We got, don't tell me, let me guess. San Antonio Piper.
That's them.
That's a brand new school up there in San Antonio, up there by the Smithson Valley area. I know this because my best friend since the 3rd grade lives up there. He's an engineer, makes good money. His son, which happens to be my nephew, through my best friend, his name is Colin Webb. He plays basketball. Come basketball season, watch out for that kid.
Okay.
They call him White Chocolate. Okay.
Well, they're moving up to 6A.
Yes, they are.
But brother, they're loaded.
They're good,
They've
man.
Got a stud quarterback in Chase Lyons. They've got a 4-star wide receiver in Carson Lacombe. Last year in the district they were in, they got an MVP of the district who had 129 tackles last season. I don't think they beat Steele due to maybe depth, but I think they pushed Steele. And then, of course, Judson's in this district. But Judson, I mean, I don't know anymore. Judson used to be a team you didn't want to face, and now it seems like a team you might want to face. You just don't.
Yeah, Sean, nothing's forever, man. And I can remember when those days when Converse Judson was just like Katy, just like the old Odessa Permian. Matter of fact, I remember when Odessa Permian and Converse Judson played in a state championship game. Bunch of little skinny kids out there just going after it, man. It's amazing. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess their coach must have retired, left a long time ago. Things changed. Demographics change. People change. People move. Houses are built, you know. So.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it didn't take long for Cibolo. Still, when they were brand new not too long ago. Didn't seem like. I mean, what 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
They were a brand new school and they just started killing it, man. So,
and then you look in the San Antonio area and you've got to talk about San Antonio Johnson.
Yeah.
You know, they're fast. Last year they kind of broke through. It was their first really solid season and a little deeper run. They in 2025 they made the state semifinals. To get there, they had to beat Steele, who they did 29-28, and then they beat Vandergrift 51-41 in the regional final to get their first real breakthrough into the state semifinal, where they I think ran into CE King or North Shore, one of the two. I think CE King, and got beat down. Another team to watch here is San Antonio Brandeis. They have a dual threat quarterback, Winter Smith. What a name!
Great name.
I mean, dual threat. Literally, he 1,200 passing yards and 1,400 rushing yards. But they also have a transfer coming from the state of Arkansas in Hakeem Frampton, who is already committed to A&M. So, yeah, I mean, that's what you're looking at there.
Well, who you got? You got Johnson in Region 4. Because I got Lake Travis winning Region 4, Division 1. And I got Westlake in Region 4, Division 2. I think Westlake's going to have a bounce back here, hopefully.
Yeah. Division 1, well, artistically, real quick, said, yeah, it's true. They get the first round, they get another Valley team, then they play Laredo in the second, and then they run into the Austin, San Antonio regions in the region. Call it Valley Week in round 3 of the playoffs. I'd like to see a Valley team get through there and make a run to Arlington. I think those fans would be nuts in Arlington at a state championship game. So I hope I get to see it. It's so hard to come through that San Antonio region. And then even if you do, you've got to run into Houston before you get to Arlington. So,
yeah.
But Division 1, I'm going San Antonio Johnson here. I'm going Johnson, and I got him running into Lake Travis in the regional final. Wouldn't be shocked if it was Cibolo Steele. I think it would be. I think they would meet earlier though. So I'm going to go Johnson and Lake Travis, and I have Johnson beating Lake Travis.
Okay, I got it.
That's Division 1. What'd you have?
I got the same 2, but I got Lake Travis.
Okay.
Winning the region, yeah.
Division 2. I'm going a bounce back year from Westlake.
That's what I'm thinking.
And my surprise team, San Antonio Piper. And I'm going to go Piper over Westlake.
Ooh, nice. My buddy, my best friend would love that.
Tell your best friend to tune in.
Yeah. Needs to.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm going Piper over Westlake in Division 2.
Nice. There you have it.
Where are you going?
Well, I'm going Westlake over Dripping Springs, ironically, because they're canceled their first game.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to end up meeting up region final. So.
For sure. Well, that concludes the breakdowns. Artistically, very glad you jumped in for every one of these. I hope you, if you've got some people down there in the Valley, jump on with us on Friday nights. I'll get into what we're going to do here in a second, but get some people from down in the Valley, get us some score updates from down in the Valleys. If you're at a game, let us know. Stuff like that. or anybody else around the state. If you jump on Fridays, I don't really have a set time right now because I'm in the East. And of course, these times are central, which are 7 or 7:30 kickoffs normally. So it's 8:30 for me. So I'm thinking right around that 8:30 to 9 p.m. range. We'll probably jump on Friday nights. That'll give time to go through some of the Thursday recap of games that had happened that were important games, or any out-of-state games that have come up, and then kind of delve into the night's action. I know Doug's going to be at some games. We'll do some live look-ins while he's there. We're going to I have access to a streaming service that I'll be jumping between whatever games are on there, kind of checking in different games. Probably stick with each game for a few minutes, see what's going on, get the feel for it. So that's going to be our Friday nights kind of just episodes, kind of bouncing around, talking. Nights that Doug's not at a game, we'll probably come on a little later, maybe closer to 10-ish or something, 10 my time-ish, somewhere right around there, so we can get a good halftime. And then we'll figure out how we can do like a scoreboard type thing. But when we go live on Friday nights, when Doug's at a game, we're going to be just straight on the YouTube channel. We're just going to be straight live on YouTube. And other nights we'll do a stream similar to this. So that's kind of the game plan. We'll get together and talk about it some more and make sure it all lines out. I know the second week, the week of September 4th, I won't be available that weekend. I have already got plans. I will not be in town, so I won't be able to really check on anything or do anything. So we're going to miss that week, but we'll be back after that. That's going to be non-district stuff anyway. The third week is when we really start rolling into district games.
Right.
So we'll get together and talk about it, but for sure y'all do that. Tell your friends if y'all want to, get into it and find us. You can find me, on SEC Sean on YouTube. And that's where we're going to be doing a lot of this high school football throughout the whole season. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Pushing almost 11 o'clock up here. Get ready for bed. I got work tomorrow, plus I'm old.
Me too.
Time. Glad to see you jumping back in. And artistically, as I said, always for sure.
Artiste.
We'll get together and see what y'all got from down in the valley and go from there. So appreciate you jumping on late at night. Go do what you do, and we'll catch up later in the week.
All right, brother. Talk to you soon, man.
All right.
Have a good night.
Bye. You too.